Anthony's is the #1 seafood restaurant in San Diego, California, 14 years in a row. Go in there with your stickers on, they'll give you a huge discount on your meal. Folks, this is a fully narrated tour. It's very imperative that you whisper to the person sitting next to you that as you're speaking at full volume, we're hearing your conversation over the microphone. So please, as a courtesy, folks, remember to whisper. It is a narrated tour. Here to your right, folks, is Anthony's. Just past Anthony's is the cruise ship terminal. Until 9 years ago, the larger cruise ships did not come to San Diego. They wasn't deep enough. But now that it is, great cruise lines are calling San Diego. By the year 2015, we're expecting 30 markets. With that anticipation, they're renovating our waterfront. One of those renovations I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a monument here tuned up to a great baseball player who started his professional career at the ripe old age of 18 playing professional baseball for the Padres. He was the last man ever to go over 400 for an entire season. His name is Ted Williams. Picture of Ted at 18 played for the Padres. Look to your left. This is the original side of this Lane Field. That was the field he started playing in professional baseball. We just crossed Broadway Street, established in 1870. That was the father of the new city, Alonzo Horton. To your right, 1922 Navy Supply Pier. Just beyond this, you're going to see my weekend bass fishing boat. I loaned it out to the Navy. I thought you guys might like to see it. Some call it the USS Midway. Now look at the size of this amazing ship and realize as big as it is, the one across the bay, the Ronald Reagan, is twice as wide and 91 feet longer. In the distance to your right, you'll see a 25-foot tall statue of a sailor kissing a nurse. That statue is modeled after a very famous photograph that appeared on the cover of Life magazine at the end of World War II. The name of the photograph was The Kiss. The name of that statue will tell you what happened on the day of the kiss. The name of the statue is Unconditional Surrender. And the sailor that's depicted in that photograph and in that statue has just recently been identified. His name is Glenn McDuffie. They had Glenn on Good Morning America. They asked him about the photograph and Glenn said it was a fluke. I was passing through Times Square on the way to visit my girlfriend when they announced the end of the war. Said everybody started kissing everybody. Some photographer looked at me and said, "Hey, sailor, give that nurse a kiss." And Glenn said, "Who was I to argue? So I smooched her." And that's the end of the story. But it really isn't. You got to remember the nurse. Her name, Edith Shane. Edith was identified immediately because of her nursing outfit, but she was harassed for years. "Come on, Edith, give it up. Who's the sailor?" She says, "I don't know. I only swapped spit with one that day. I never got his name." But she knew his name very well, folks, because once they found out who McDuffie was, they brought him here together. They met again right on the deck of the Midway. Edith showed up in her nursing outfit so McDuffie would recognize her. And the very next morning, those two wonderful people sat here in this front seat and took my tour. Edith passed away 4 years ago. McDuffie passed away on March 9th of this year. There's a story about Glenn McDuffie, the kissing sailor. Now, this tall building here in front of us with the green glass windows, that's the Manchester Grand Hyatt Hotel. That is the tallest building in San Diego County. She's 497 feet tall. That makes it 3 feet short of our limit. Do any of you have any idea why we have a 500-foot limit? Downtown airport, absolutely right. A lot of people think it has to do with our earthquakes. Earthquakes. We only get 2,000 or 3,000 a month. We use them at night to rock ourselves. This is nothing to it. Do you think I'm kidding you about that? Not at all, folks. San Diego averages about 2,500 tremors a month. Why? This is where two of the plates collide. The Pacific plate is subducting, sliding right underneath the North American plate underneath it. But here, trivia question. What do you folks think is the total combined movement of those two plates in a 1-year period? Less than half of an inch, 4,100ths of an inch. That's very little movement. But when something's 26 miles thick, as the crust of the earth is here, and it moves 1,000th of an inch, you feel it. Never stops moving. Just imagine when I work with kids, I tell the kids, just imagine what would happen if you put something on top of a pot of boiling water. It would move around. So that's basically what's happening with the surface of the earth. It's a very slow boil underneath. Now, coming into Seaport Village, this is one of our more popular stops. There are about 70 shops here. They're all themed shops. That means they have one line of products they sell. There are also 17 eateries here. This entire facility was designed to look like a seaport village from the 1800s. And this is where you would want to come to take a ride on one of our amphibious buses. We refer to them as the SEALs. Technically, they're known as Hydra Terra vehicles. That means they go on land and in the water. Now, if you're Garcia. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, I spend entirely too much time in Seaport Village. The reason I spend so much time here is two of my best friends in the whole world have shops here. My friend Ben has a shop to the north. My friend Jerry has another one over here to the south. Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey Jerry Garcia, they got my number. Across the bay where the ships are tied up, that's North Island Naval Air Station. That is the birthplace of military aviation. The first military pilots in the world were trained by there in 1911. That man named Glenn Curtis. The south end of that peninsula now is the beautiful city of Coronado. That blue streak through the sky as a bridge will take over there and back. Coronado is a separate city from San Diego. They're not incorporated. But look here to your immediate right, the third ship over, white with red trim, is a 42-foot pleasure yacht that belongs to the famous comedian Jerry Lewis. Jerry named that after the casino where he got his start in show business. It's called Sam's Place, after Sam's Place Casino, still in existence in downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. Our next stop, folks, is the shiny building to our right. That's the Marriott Hotel. We'll stop there for the Convention Center, the Martin Luther King Park, and the world-famous Children's Museum where kids are encouraged to touch the exhibits. Now, this is Seaport Village. 20 and 50 are the time the trolleys leave here. The last one leaves today at 4:20. Seaport Village.